Lads and ladettes, welcome to something a little bit different. Yes, I know lots of people are playing this game, but I thought, let's do it myself. Let's do the Stanley Parable, an interactive story game. Pretty much the less said about this game, the better, but I promise you're going to have a really good journey. So, never played this, I've heard very little about it, so let's see what happens. Hopefully the volume will be okay. I've put the subtitles on, so you guys are going to enjoy it. And yeah, I've heard a lot about this game. It's made on the Source engine. You've probably seen it from the little intro that I gave you there, just about the game in general. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I'm kind of just playing it and seeing where it takes me from there, because I've heard this game is incredibly clever. I remember the demo came out a long time ago, I think. Before I even had a PC, so is that even loading that bar? Oh yeah, it is. There, there we go. Just popping my keys down over there, and I'm ready to play. So I've been having a few problems with the PC lately, but everything seems to be working out quite nicely. So let's see how we do here. I'm hoping things get.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so wow, the controls are really slow. Bear with me a second. Mouse sensitivity. Where the heck is it? All the way down there. That's much better for me. Okay, so normal.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
What?
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What the hell? What the hell? This is so weird. The door's open. The time is still the same. So, 427. We can't unlock any of these doors, by the looks of things.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There is literally nobody here. Some computers are on. Each of them have pretty much the same computer at the desk. So this is a mod, I think, of Half-Life and someone trying to be clever. Okay, so we're leaving into a corridor now. Lovely picture of a landscape there. Very office-like. There is nobody here. I'm going to be interrupted by this. Whoa, what? That just turned off. I'm going to be interrupted by the narrator several times through this game, so... Is that... That's not a reflection of where we are right now. I thought it was. Okay, there's loads and loads of rooms coming up, so I wonder what the deal is. What is that? Awaiting input.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Very clever. Very clever indeed. Okay, so another picture. Oh, we've got a spilt coffee. Phone 6. Literally nobody in these rooms. What does that say? I can't see it. So all these doors are open.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'm gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm pretty sure every person will have gone the other way at that point in the game. Just to see what would be happening. So there's still nothing in any of these rooms, and we're getting quite a way on now.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Alright.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
It's uber sarcastic narrator.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, okay, I'll follow you this time.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
What the
walked
hell?
straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope. No way. I want to know what's down here. Oh, on a loading screen again. Interesting that there's so many loading screens on a Source Engine
But
game.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Interesting that it...
Oh, no, it's to the right.
God
Mistake.
damn it.
No.
Oh,
no,
come
not
on.
the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
What the hell? This is awesome.
Let's see, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely
What?
this way.
Right, so what I would suggest for the rest of the game is don't read the subtitles. You're only going to get disappointed if you actually watch what the subtitles are about to say. Wow, it's dark down here. Whoa, what the hell?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
I'm closing them.
We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding?
My eyes are
It's
closed.
all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to
letting you
salvage
guys
this
see
nonsense,
stuff.
we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I'm sorry? What? Are we actually at the... Oh my word, we are actually at the beginning. This
All of
is...
his co-workers were gone. What
What?
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. That is so weird. That is so weird. Completely.
Wait.
What?
What? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere? Or...
What?
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. There's a lot of rooms I can choose. What would people... Oh, you know what? I'm going to go for this corner one. This is just the most surreal experience. Does that door lead to the same place? Oh, where the hell am I going? Still the same time. It's still 23 minutes past 11. Just having a search around the offices to try and find the story. The same landscape we've already seen. This is insane.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
No way, not again. Really? This is completely surreal. And I love it.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. This is really weird. Well,
okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Sorry?
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I have no idea what the hell is going on here. Nothing seems to have changed, though. The cup's still broken on the floor. Everything is in place. The only thing different is that computer. That's off. All of these are locked. Do I have to go back?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
What? Okay, this was not...
Wait, never mind.
What?
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I am completely confused. This is not where we came from. Whoa, this looks a bit creepy, actually. I'm not prepared for scariness.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
What?
I know you put in a lot of hard work. And
Where's the
it
dog
really
gone?
paid off, so good job.
What?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Again? He's restarted the game about 5 times now. Oh my word. A yellow brick road?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay, this was not open before, so... Someone's playing solitaire. I can still never play that game, don't know how it works. Amazingly. I'd also like to learn how to play chess. However, ooh, 4B7. This is a different
The
one.
line knows where the story is.
Eh?
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I'm going to follow this line exactly.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
Wow.
Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Right.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective
I have no
construct?
idea what this guy is saying.
Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
This is
You know what?
obscene.
I think what we need right now
Oh,
is a bit
God.
of music to make.
What's the line doing? What? What is happening? What? What the hell is going on? It's so loud. This is so strange. Enough with the music. Please. Oh. How is this the way to go? Annual reviews, monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, department accounts, personnel files, financial records, budget analysis. This music is the loudest thing and most annoying thing I've ever heard in my life.
Cut the music. Go
Thank
back
you.
And look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It's a plant. I'm not going to listen to this guy. What does this mean? What is the line doing?
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
No way.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is
Oh
any of
my
this ringing
word.
a bell?
I'm just following this one now. I don't trust it. Oh,
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us?
Fired.
After we trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
okay. What is going on? Let's just do it. Is he going to say the same thing again? Not this
You
time.
know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own
Yes.
story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Okay, these walls are very blank.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Oh,
What
wow.
do you want our story to be?
This is just the
Go
same.
wild. Use your imagination.
We're going around in
Whatever it
circles.
might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want the story to be a spy thriller.
Oh, no, not you again.
Oh, bloody hell.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I'm not going to trust this line ever again. What is... It looks like it's had a few to drink. Where's it going? I can't go up there. What is this?
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I am just so blanked as to what's happening. What the hell is this?
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all
Stanley
determined?
dies. No longer enough
So
to simply
now,
black
according to the
space.
schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind
is
goes
all-
blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
This is the
Why
weirdest
don't
thing ever.
I get a say in all of this?
I love
Is
it.
really- No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't.
Please
do
don't.
it. I won't do it.
Unable to go anywhere or do anything.
And the timer
Whoa.
stopped. Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
What?
The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
It says narrator forgets about previous restarts.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
No!
Not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What the hell? I'm not a fan of this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
He's
could it
forgotten.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
The fifth
Perhaps
restart.
he'd simply missed a memo.
We discussed this. Uh-oh. Spilt coffee, yeah, we know. Right, I'm going to follow his orders this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I shouldn't have gone. I should have gone to the right. Just see what would happen. Ah, so many choices.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Group cabal planning. There's an office party, which is awesome. I can't see anything that's like an Easter egg, so do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager, RIP from Franz. No idea who that is. This is fascinating. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda and reflect. What employee were we? I can't even remember. Get Chris out the bloom cupboard. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets and the topic of. Yeah, okay. So, this is interesting. Rates increase in gaps per slide. No more charts, please, I'm begging. Circle the top 20 things you most love about your boss. Fill out and triplicate and return to your boss's appreciation specialist. Interesting. Okay, well, I'd sit and enjoy this, but I just think it's going to take forever and there are going to be endless things on it, so I'll wait for the next slide and you guys can watch it. Where are your dreams? None of those, unfortunately. Broom closet. It asked us to let that guy out of the broom closet, didn't it?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But that guy, it said the guy was in the broom closet. Oh, he's bloody shut the door. Okay. Close you. Thank you. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Do I want to be a rebel? Yep, I do. Love being a rebel. Why is the bird poo and you're inside?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
We're going around and around here.
Pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
The same room.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
that's new.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
What the
It was
hell?
so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
This is unbelievable.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
What is happening?
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock.
I am so confused right now.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
Don't restart.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
This is
The
insane.
press of the mattress on his back. The fresh air of a world outside this one.
Yeah, come on.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
This is so good.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
What? What? Within the same room.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Ah. This is insane,
This
guys.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
What?
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I'm sorry? The end is never the end. What the hell is happening? Okay, we're going to continue this journey in the next episode of the Stanley Parable. I'm LDC, leave any support you can for this episode. I'll see you guys, lads and ladettes, next time.